Build welcomes young people who are born into poverty. In Youth Build programs, low-income young people who've left high school divide their time between working toward their high school diploma or their GED and building affordable housing for homeless or low-income people in their neighborhoods. We discover that there's an enormous range of talent that is being locked out of society, but if the young people are given an opportunity, they will seize it.
I believe as a young man I was searching for something and I really didn't know what it was. I struggled with a lot of things that sort of happened to me as a child. My mother died when I was very young. You know, I used drugs, I sold drugs, committed petty crimes. When I was 21 years old, I was in the Dedham House of Corrections. When I got out, I made a very conscious decision not to go back to my old neighborhood. I knew I wanted something different. I didn't have a clue what that was, but I was tired of being alone and I was tired of running. It was one weekend, I saw an old friend that had a different bop about him. He was talking different, his face was shining, he wasn't high. I said, hey, what's going on? And he began to describe this program that he was in with a sense of purpose and electricity that I'd never seen before. And so he began to describe Youth Build to me. Because I was in a halfway house, I was sober, I was ready for an opportunity. I had no clue that the opportunity would change my life.
There are certain moments you remember in your life. The moment I met Robert Clark was when he was a student at Youth Build Boston. I thought, this is a really extraordinary young man.
The early months of the Youth Build program was a magical experience for me. It introduced me to a voice that I didn't know I had. It was the greatest lesson for me about the power of love, opportunity, and expectation. They expected that I would be something, and they loved me until I learned to love myself.
Robert Clark is a perfect example of the kind of leader who can emerge if given the opportunity to find his true passion and his enormous talents.
I'm the first Youth Build graduate to found and lead a Youth Build program. We serve young people who have been in poverty for decades, so don't really understand that transcending it is possible.
I was a senior in high school. I was halfway into the year. I had just turned 18. It was a week after my birthday. I didn't get caught stealing the car. I actually got caught parking the car. I was almost done with school and made the dumb decision of doing something that literally changed my whole life. What I wound up doing for a while is got caught up in the streets again, selling drugs, being in gang life. From there, incarceration, incarceration, incarceration. Seeing Mr. Clark and speaking to Mr. Clark showed me that if this man can come from what I came from and know what I know and be the man that he is now, that I'm seeing and that he's explaining to me and giving me his life story, that definitely gave inspiration for me to change.
Since we opened our doors in 2002, we've been able to serve about 2,500 young people and help them sort of earn their high school diploma, obtain employment, move on to college, become stable parents, and transform their lives.
Since I've graduated from Youth Build Newark in 2008, I've been working at the Newark Home Depot. I never would have pictured I'd be having a steady job for 8 years, no matter what it was. It's an awesome feeling.
What Youth Build gave to Hassan wasn't really to Hassan. It was to Hassan's children. Hassan was able to become a father and be present in his daughter's lives. That's the most important thing Youth Build can give to young people and to community, ensuring that less children grow up in poverty.
If not for Youth Build, I don't think I would be 1/10 of the man that I am today.
There's something about giving back, I think, binds us to community. Watching that all come together is really magical. The more that we can give young people those opportunities, the stronger we could be as a country.